Downstream Outdoors. Today on Downstream Outdoors, we're doing a wild edible one more time. We got a bush here. This bush is known as sassafras. Sassafras grows all over here in central Pennsylvania. You can find it along a lot of wood lines and a lot of shrubby areas along the edges a lot of times. And it never gets. I've never seen it get real tall. This here's a pretty tall example for me. It's about 15 feet tall. One of the things that makes this tree unique here in Pennsylvania is the leaf shapes on it. Okay, you'll find leaves that are shaped like this. They're almost shaped like this. They'll have three tines on them. Okay, then you'll find other leaves that are just like this, just a flat palm almost. And then there's a third shape that looks like a mitten. Okay, it makes it very unique because it has three different distinct leaf patterns on it. Okay. Then the only other tree that comes to mind that has this is mulberry, and there's definitely a leaf pattern difference between the mulberry and the sassafras. Now, why are we after sassafras? Sassafras has been used for hundreds of years, if not longer. It's a wonderful tea. Sometimes people take it as a tonic, but a lot of people take it as a tea. Okay, most people will tell you to dig the roots and use the roots. To be honest, you can use any part of this tree you want to. You can come up here and snip off a couple of these young green shoots right off the end, and you can use them. I actually prefer that over digging up and taking a chunk of the root. However, if you take a chunk of root, like I've had a chunk of root about the size of my thumb here, and I've made about 2 gallons of tea one time out of just that size of a chunk of root. Personally, sassafras isn't my favorite because of the taste. It tastes like black licorice. I'm not a big black licorice fan, but this stuff isn't bad. It is actually one of the original ingredients in traditional root beer, though, however. So if we were ever to make a batch of root beer on the show, we will definitely be digging up some of this and trying that out. That'll be something I'll have to talk to Mr. Brady Dennis about someday here soon. The one thing I do need to warn you about, all the experts and everybody say that it may have possible carcinogens in it that may cause cancer. But let's be honest, folks. What doesn't cause cancer that's not already in the grocery stores? I'll take my chances with this one myself. So all I can really say is consume at your own risk. As far as possible medicinal uses, I don't know of any of that. I never really looked into that myself. Because like I said, it's just not one of my favorites. But I do believe we will be back to try that root beer thing that I mentioned earlier. So with that, folks, till next time, keep your line wet and out of the trees.